Hi, my name is Irek Burakowski and I work for RightShip 10 years already now, and I am an ex-seafarer. I started at sea in 1993, and I spent at sea from a cadet until the captain, and I started my sea career on a VLCC tankers for a few years, and then I moved to the combination carriers, and then I spent the rest of my sea career on the combination carriers, working for one of the Norwegian ship owner. And now, as I mentioned, I work 10 years for RightShip, and so I would like to share the story which I experienced at sea myself when I was a second mate. A second mate is responsible for a GMDSS, so it's about the communication between the ship and the shore. And I was on board the vessel, which was on a regular trade between Rotterdam and Zalzate in Belgium and Canada, and we had to cross the North Atlantic back and forwards. So usually the ocean passage was about 7 days, but on that particular trip we left Zalzate actually in Belgium, and we didn't reach Canada for 16 days. We left on the 24th of December, Zalzate, and somewhere we passed Biscay, and then the perfect storm hit us. And the sea was horrendous, and the waves were at least 16 meters high, and everything was flowing and flying on board the vessel. We were trying to make sure that we will weather the storm. And so I went to the bed at about 8 o'clock because I had my watch at midnight. And about 9 o'clock p.m. I just woke up on the floor in the cabin. I was thrown from my bed because of the vessel was in a horrible state, and the alarm rang, and I went straight on the bridge, and the captain was on the bridge on that time, and he told me that there is something, that the vessel lost the steering, and there is something wrong with the rudder. So he sent me back to the engine room with a walkie-talkie, because he knew that there would be a difficult communication with the engine crew who are trying to do something. So it took me an ages until I reached actually the engine room. And I remember I was going into the engine room, and then just in front of me there was a flying vacuum cleaner, a huge vacuum cleaner. So I knew that something is really wrong happening with the vessel. And so I reached finally the engine room, and I saw that there were few engineers already trying to fix the issue. That the problem was with the one of the screws on the which connects the rudder, due to vibration, just fell off, and then they had to put the screw back. But because of such waves and the vessel movement, the one guy was not able to put the screw in the correct place. So the two other guys were sitting next to him and holding his hand, just for him try to fix the screw in the right place. And then it took, I think, maybe 5 minutes, but for me and for all of us it was like a few hours of our life. And then finally he managed to do this, and the vessel got back the steering, and we were managed again to weather the storm. So I went back, and I thought myself that I swear to God that I would never do anything wrong in my life. I would stop smoking, drinking, and anything. but I was so thankful that I survived this. So from that incident, when we reported to the company, the company decided to implement a plant maintenance system called PMS on board all our vessels, which actually had one point was to check this particular screw every 6 months. So similar incidents will not happen in the future.